Welcome to this new episode with another extraordinary woman entrepreneur that I want to introduce to you, Leah Little of Briggs and Little, and everything behind Leah should give you a hint on who is Leah if you don't know her yet. We are talking to you from Canada, eastern part of Canada, where it's very hot as we are recording this live stream. And we're gonna be talking about things that keeps you cold, not cold, warm.
Keeps you warm. Warm in the cold.
Yes. So, Leah, thank you for taking the time to share your testimonial on how you use the work we do in the Visibility Amplifier, in Magic with Social Media Love, and as a community of women entrepreneurs, because that's a part as well that for me, more and more as an online visibility strategist and a woman who wants to help, support, empower more women to generate more revenue with their own amazingness. The community part of things is key to this, and we'll talk about that for me. And I want to hear as well how you use the community to help you navigate the different milestones that we go through together, the curriculum, the programs, the energy, the vortex, whatever. First, Leah, can you introduce yourself?
Certainly. So I'm Leah Little, and my husband and I own Briggs and Little Woolen Mills here in Harvey, New Brunswick, Canada. Our business is 168 years old, and my husband is actually fourth generation Little to own the business. And we have two of our three sons that work here with us, so they will be fifth generation to take it over. One exciting tidbit that Angelique likes me to mention is behind me, right there, is the 2010 Vancouver Winter Olympics. All of the Olympians actually wore that sweater, and they were all made with Briggs and Little country roving. So we are very proud to have been part of that. And we've done many other wonderful things, but that one's kind of, it stands out a little bit.
Yes, so many other things, but this one I wanted to share because I remember the first time you mentioned it to me, like for you it was kind of normal, and I was like, what did you say? And then you repeated and you were like, oh my God, we need to put that on your wow page. So
right.
I teased you today. You better say it.
Oh, and it's kind of funny because we never publicized that we were part of that at all. It was just kind of our little secret. And once I met Angelique, well, it's not a secret anymore. We're putting it out there and we're celebrating.
Yes, we do. So that brings us to one of the transformation that happened in your journey. Like you became the queen of celebration, because celebration is part of the work that I teach. And
Right.
I don't like the word teaching, that I embody, that I had to teach myself, because so many of us as women, before even being entrepreneurs, we are caretakers. We take care of everything. We take care of business. We take care of families. We take care of that everybody else is okay so that we can feel okay. So that was my paradigm for years. And then, 6 years ago, everything flipped in my world. And that's why I bring amazing women entrepreneurs like you to the table, because side by side, we flip the script. Right. Because if you wait for a whole life that everybody else outside of you is fine to be fine, and then do the thing that you are feeling compelled to do, whether it's in your business or in your life, then we can wait forever. Right?
Exactly. Right. Because that's the way we are. We put everyone else first. So I've learned a lot from the sessions with Angelique, with you, and it's kind of like I have a cheerleader, a mentor, a strategist, all in one package.
a good way to
So
put it together. Yeah, I like that.
it's
I'm gonna borrow
yeah,
that, Leah Little.
no problem. No. So it's been a wonderful adventure. And of course I'm continuing on. Um, I've learned so much about myself and how I deal with things emotionally, physically, mentally, and how to better that, how to make things work easier instead of me working harder. The things that I've learned, to not get overwhelmed. Life's going to happen no matter what, and that's been a huge thing for me, is to trust myself, what I feel, what I think. Um, I've learned that from you, that it's okay to trust myself. I don't have to check in with, anyone else. I can listen to Leah and lead from what I think. So that's really been a huge thing.
Leah
So
knows.
Leah knows.
Leah knows. Oh, I love that you bring that. You said actually trust what I feel, right? We work a lot on
Right.
to be okay with what we feel, whether it's in the disempowering emotion that we have or the empowering one. So let's go back to before we work together, like, so, because my intention when I have all of you here live, thank you for sharing live your experience, by the way. I want the other woman watching, because there is always someone watching, to understand how you felt before and what does that look like in a regular day at work, at the business level or personal level, so that they can say, oh, that's me currently. So if it works for Leah, it could work for me, basically. So can you bring
Right.
us back to how it felt? How did it show up in your day to day?
Sure. So before, I've always felt that I've been an organized person. I like to have lists and whatnot. So that's always been part of my life. But I got overwhelmed with my lists. There ended up being so many things, and I couldn't get them all checked off. And I'd go home and I was exhausted. I didn't want to do anything. It got to the point where I was kind of hiding. So and it was ironic because you reached out to me. We had met previously, and I thought, you know what? I'm ready to change. I was ready to not feel overwhelmed, to not have low self confidence, to come out of my shell, basically. So that's kind of business with my personal life. Because I was so exhausted and so overwhelmed at work, I really didn't have a personal life. Mike and I would do things maybe on the weekend with our friends, but by the time whatever event we were at, or even if we were home, by the time it was 9 o'clock, I just wanted to go to bed. It was like, oh, please go home so I can go to bed. So that was kind of my personal side. But now I I feel so much more energy, and I'm not overwhelmed anymore. I I have my days kind of planned out ahead of time. I've learned how to organize in a different way. Um, and like I said, I've learned to trust myself. So it's a whole 360, no, it's a 180, because I turned around, but not back to where I was. uh, so yeah,
Oh,
it's a great course. And I think the biggest thing for me, I I love people. I like interacting with people. I don't always talk a lot when I'm in a social atmosphere, but I love the energy. And our group, the energy in it, positive, and it's just, I feel loved. Like everyone that's in the group, even the people that I haven't met yet, there's just a connection with all of us. So it makes it feels like I'm when I meet with you guys, I'm coming home. It's just a warm and fuzzy feeling. So
Oof, I have shivers. So now you're gonna make me cry. That's okay because we feel our
Aw,
feelings,
that's
right?
right.
But this, Leah, if I were to die tomorrow, I guess this is what we want. We want to feel loved beyond the traditional what people think of love in terms of,
Right.
family, like even in your business, in how you grow yourself, you can find that connection that you don't have to do it alone. And there is
Right.
always someone going through a similar journey with different stories. We don't have the same lives,
Yep.
but I see what you mean. Like you're touching the piece that is like, yeah, you feel safe.
Right. Exactly. You're my safe space.
Thank you for sharing it that way so much, so much. And um, I have to say, Leah, in terms of what I have observed, you know, being kind of the guide of the group, like the founder of the group, is that women who, the minute, and you said it so well, the minute you see yourself in a place that you don't want to be there anymore, you're already changing. You're
Right.
aware. You go from being asleep on the same routine, same programming to, oh, no, I don't want this anymore. So that nanosecond where you become aware of your, patterns in terms of thinking, in terms of feeling always the same, or doing always the same thing that doesn't bring you what we call in our world our guideline feelings, like our feelings that we want to be spending most time of the day in. That moment is key because change can only happen when you become aware of what you want to change. Otherwise
Right.
you stay in like in wishy-washy, I wish this, right? And
Right.
you're such an embodiment of that person. Like from the day one, you went on and you did, like you're a go-getter. I called you earlier in my message, like, hey, go-getter. You were such a go-getter. And then what I love about what you do, Leah, is that you use it your own way. The work we do, whether it's the mindset of visibility, the reprogramming of our nervous system and everything, but also the content aspect of things and being open to share more of your stories with your audience was a big thing for you. And also the mom that you are. How does the mom who wants to be legacy for her business, that story touched me so much the first time you shared it with me. Would you mind to kind of share more about how do we go from not really sharing what we feel we would like to share to be sharing more of, I want to share this for my audience because I know it matters to me, but also to them. What happened inside of you to shift that?
I think I know I became more confident. Previously I I wasn't confident. I wasn't able to feel that people wanted to hear what I had to say. And because I didn't think they wanted to hear what I had to say, I didn't say anything. So now I have a voice. I tell my story and I love, so with work, my thing is I want to leave our business as good as it possibly can be so that our two sons have a wonderful, solid business so that they can, work it, retire, and have a happy life too. So anyway, I really I really found my voice. That's the biggest thing for me, is being able to feel confident and tell a story or engage in a conversation. I wasn't able to do that before, or I didn't feel that people wanted me to do that. So that's that's a big thing.
Do you remember the very first time or scenario where you realized that you shared something you would have never shared before, and then you realize that, oh my God, they care? Or like, do you remember a specific moment or situation when we're like, you kind of had a proof that, oh my God, this is exactly what I want to do more of, because I see the impact it has on someone or whatever it has. If you remember.
I don't really have one thing that stands out. One of the biggest things that I feel proud about is the interview that you and I did with Deanne Fitzpatrick. That was huge for me, to be on camera with someone else and, you know, kind of leading the conversation. And that was huge for me. I would never have done that before. I would have shrunk into a corner, just shriveled up.
Below the yarns.
Yeah. Yeah, just hide behind the yarn. So that was major, you know, being able to participate in that. That was a game changer. So
just so you know, you didn't participate, you led the conversation. Like you were like, if you look back, like you look so like if you're doing this every day, like you look so peaceful and so excited. Actually, that's what it is, the excitement of sharing. So for you was a testimonial with a client that day, but when you're excited about how your clients succeed and really take advantage of what you work on every day, that excitement is go beyond our fears or our limitation that we may have in our mind about what are they going to think of this. And it's very palpable in that interview. You're like in French we say a fish in a bowl of water. Like you're like, yeah.
Oh, well, it was fun. And that was the biggest thing for me, is I didn't fear. I felt like it was, I don't know, I was excited to share her story, but it was also our story. So yeah, I don't know. It was just, it was really good.
Yeah. And could you tell us more in terms of, so you talked about emotionally and like in terms of business impact, showing up more, as you said, and differently from a new energy, actually. What impact did it have on your business that you have noticed so far? I know we're just like 8 months in, right? But so far, what did you notice?
I think the biggest thing is people are more engaged. So with our social media postings, they're more engaged that way. They're more engaged when they come into the store. You know, they ask questions and they'll say, "Oh, there's the celebrity. You know, I saw you on YouTube," and I've been on a few different things. So that gets brought up in the store. So it's increased our business, and it's made people more engaged with us and with the staff. So it's been a wonderful thing. You know, financially, of course, when you get more customers, you get more money, so you can build on different things. It's been good, I think, for our staff, and I'm talking our office staff because our mills closed down right now. But just our staff seeing, you know, people are more engaged. So it's been really good that way.
I love that you share that with your staff and they see and they feel the impact of the work, because the courage is you. You are the one with that courage to, I want to share more of our stories of the impact we have on our customers. And you are the vessel of this. Right. And I love that you share that the impact it has on your staff. I didn't think of it like this.
Yeah, no, it's not just me. It's everyone around me. And I think too, I know that my husband, Mike, has noticed a difference in me because I'm much more calm. I don't over process things anymore. And I've learned if you're in the now, it's not a problem. You can look at things. I look at things differently now, and I don't stress about the stuff that I used to. So he has noticed that, when something happens, he might get upset, and I've stayed calm, and he's kind of looking at me like, what's going on? Or, who are you? Because
We're
that's very
supposed to be
different.
mad now. We're supposed
Right.
to be freaking out.
Right. So I don't anymore. It's literally, the saying, don't sweat the small stuff. It's much easier when you don't sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
So,
And oh my God, thank you for sharing this, because it's in your way of seeing the world basically has changed, and
right.
seeing yourself in it, and the
Right.
power you have over your response to a situation, versus, because we have a lot of response to have in a business and in a family, right? So yeah.
Right.
Okay, so Leah, to all the women who are attracted to the type of work we do, in terms of visibility, sales, and reprogramming of how we feel, how we think, what we believe in, all the things we have been limiting ourselves for, whatever stories we have in ourselves, most of them don't even belong to us. They belong to our grandmothers or to our society or whatever, right? And
Right.
we love our grandmothers. I love my grandmother. I still have one. She's 104. Yes.
Wow.
um, what do you want to say to someone who, beyond the fact that, yeah, come and join us, what do you want to tell her, that woman who is still hedging, because it can be intimidating? I'm hearing this a lot, like, it's a little scary. It seems that, because I think, and that was that person, that we fear that if we change, it's like, and you're gonna appreciate the imagery, it's like pulling a little thread from a sweater, and then all the things gonna go down and the sweater is gonna become nothing, right?
Right.
Or a
Right.
domino effect. If change domino, all my castle is gonna go down. I'm gonna divorce. I'm gonna lose my children, and I'm gonna lose the business. Like, and I hear that a lot. What do you, now that you're inside and you're using the work for yourself, what do you have to say to this person?
I think if you out there, if you want an empowering experience that changes your life, then join Angelique. And it doesn't have to be the same courses that I'm taking. Just contact her. If you want less stress and more happy, more positivity, it's, I'm doing it for my business, for Mike and I, but it has helped me so much on a personal basis also, that you just need to do it. You just need to join. There's wonderful women in the group, and everyone is so supportive. Yeah, it's just, it literally is an empowering experience.
I want to ask you, I don't know if you remember, but what is one thing that surprised you or you didn't expect that happened or that we did? Or is there anything that comes to mind?
So one of the biggest achievements for me personally, so you had the Halifax get together. I would never, ever have gone to that by myself previously. Never. To go to a function where I didn't know anyone, like I hadn't met anyone in person, I would never have done that. But I did it, and I was excited, and I was happy, and it was fabulous. So that was a huge change for me. Just having the confidence to get in my car and go meet, half a dozen women that I have never met in person, and we all had a great time. So that was huge.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing, Leah. Yeah, and it was such an amazing retreat. That's something that you guys need to know. Like, when you're part of our container for the year, there is a retreat for the clients, and it's always You never know what's going to show up at the retreat, but it's always an experience that everybody remembers. And this time we went to Halifax, and so we did a lot of work together, but we also went to a special activity where we met some horses, and we did a healing workshop with the horses. It was so cool.
It was amazing.
Yeah, and we laugh a lot. That's a part. We cry, we laugh, we play, we bring our little girls with ourselves. I just love you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to live a life fulfilled of all of that, all of what you shared today. And I wanted you to share it so that the woman who needs to hear this, it will land in a way that will help them to, you don't have to go through, like when we are in expansion, that's when we start to feel stuck or frustrated about ourselves or about our business, we can have a tendency to kind of how do you say it, like be alone, like to even put ourselves even more alone, like, and we have that perspective that it's only us, or that, so if you're in that place of feeling stuck, I want you to know that you're actually in full mode of growing and expanding. That's you. There is no stuck. Stuck is a sign that you're ready to grow. That's it.
Right. Exactly.
And every time for myself, I can look back and I'm like, oh my God, it was not being stuck or down. It was like that soul, it was in you. So you're like, let's do this, whatever it is. Sometimes I think you even told me, I don't know exactly why I'm here. I don't have a specific goal, but I know it's that. Right. And that was trust in yourself, like big time right there, Leah, by the way. Right.
So because I didn't know exactly what I needed to fix, but I knew there was something that wasn't right. So and it's so much better. It's
and the beauty of it is that you have nothing to fix because you're perfect the way you are. You just wanted to change some stuff because you were ready to be even more Leah.
Yeah, right. Well, and the one thing about doing the work with you is all of the ladies, we're all getting the same information, but I apply it how I need to apply it, and the other ladies use it how they need to use it. So it's very, very easy to fit into your life, no matter what situation you're in. If you do the work, you can't help but grow in a good way. So that's one thing that I really enjoy is, everyone's in the group together and we're all learning the same, information, and experiencing. We experience it different though, because we're applying it how we need to apply it. So that's just, it's nice because some courses, it doesn't work out that way. But I think that if you put the work into it, then there's no way you can't grow and become better at whatever you're doing or whatever you need.
I love that you share that because sometimes people say, but what do you get? Well, I say, you get whatever you are here for, even if it's not clear. You get trust that whatever you need will be there for you, and you will be grabbing it in a way that will serve you. Yep. Maybe the things you think you want, you don't want them at the end because you got to be so clear about who you're becoming in terms of business owner and woman. Or maybe you're gonna get there because you're going to have some clarity on how do you get there through your own you being fully empowered of doing it. So thank you for that. That's a good thing to know because that's a part I cannot share. That's your experience, right? So I love it. Yes. Okay. So Leah, anything else I should have asked you that you want to say? I
can't think of anything. I would promote, the work that we do to any woman, and you don't have to own your own business. I mean, it's kind of, most of us are in a business that we have a major part of, but you don't have to own your own business in order to do this. It's very personal. So you can apply it just to yourself, or you can apply it to your business, your relationship. It's very versatile. So it's, yeah. And like we said, I really didn't know why I was joining. I didn't have one thing set out that, okay, I need to work on this. I just knew that it was the right time, and I am so glad, like, from my heart, I am so glad that I'm doing this work, because I really feel that I'm becoming a better person, and because of that, then the business and the people around me are also seeing that, and it can only be good.
Thank you. I'm just bathing in your words. Thank you. Okay. Is there anything you want to share about your yarns behind you? Is there anything that is going on that we should let our people know?
Right now we really don't have anything going on, but it is getting, well, I'm going to say it's going to get cooler. It's certainly not right now. I think it's like Haiti in here.
I know. Here too.
But yeah, fall is coming. And so if you're into crafting or anything like that, give us a call or drop in and see us.
Yes. Okay. I'll tag you, Leah. So people, if they click on your business, they're gonna find everything they need and more.
Thank you.
Okay, Leah, thank you so much. And if any of you want to learn more about, the containers that we're talking about, the visibility amplifier and Magic with Social Media Love, I will put a link where you literally apply for it. So it's an application form, basically, that asks who you are, what is your business. I need to learn more about you to see if I can help you. Not everybody is meant to be with us, but that's why you fill up that form. And then after that, I reach out to you and I say, let's meet and we have a conversation. As simple as that. Okay.
And it is
Thank
simple.
you. Yes, it is. Okay. Stay in the backstage with me while I close the show. Thank you so much for all the goodness, the way you were expressing stuff. That was so good, Leah. Let me close this. Okay, quitter le studio. No, I don't. Here we go.